Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here. I am Jeffrey Kirby. As always, each and every week, we are joined by Jarryd. Jarryd, how in the hell are you?
It's been great. It's been fantastic, I could say. Not only just for the Steelers, but I have to shout out my team. Shout out to the Orlando Magic. As of now, we're on an 8-game winning streak. I have to do it. Curry's going to hate it. He hates to see Magic doing success, being a great team so far. I hope it continues. Where the Cavs are, I don't know where they're at, but
Hold on, time out. Did you just use magic and great in the same sentence?
Yes,
That's like
I
Coke.
did.
That's like Coke and Mentos.
Yes,
Doesn't
I did.
work.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but second in the East as of right now. Still early in the season.
Well,
but shout out.
As of this moment, as we're recording, the Cavs are up 9 right now. So
Okay.
So
who they're playing?
We're playing the Trailblazers.
and as Kirby calls them, a community college team.
It only works when the Magic play them. When the Cavs play them, we're playing who's on our schedule. But when it's the Magic that plays them, then it fits into my agenda that they're playing a community college team.
Oh, so anybody. And so we beat the Lakers, we beat the Celtics and the Nuggets so far.
Now, the Celtics and Nuggets, I ain't going to argue them. I won't argue them. You're playing 39-year-old LeBron. I ain't sweating that. Y'all playing an old man.
Okay.
But
used to love LeBron, but I get it.
You said what?
Used to love LeBron.
I still got love for LeBron. I ain't saying I ain't got love for him, but you know what? Again, it fits my agenda. But obviously, we haven't talked to you guys in a couple weeks. Obviously, with last week being Thanksgiving, which first and foremost, how was your Thanksgiving?
Fantastic. I ate a lot of food.
I felt that.
I ate a lot of food. Probably the most food I ate in a long time.
I felt that. Obviously, if you guys see, I'm back in my normal area compared to where I was over the last month or so. Obviously, still dealing with recovery from my surgery. New development on that. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, which you guys should.
It's famous right now.
We'll get into that here at some point. We'll get into that. But obviously, we are slowly. Things are we're ramping up a little bit. We're slowly getting into slowly walking now. It's ugly, but I have my crutches and my I have a walker upstairs that I use, but we're getting there in terms of walking. We'll see. Go back to the doctor on Tuesday. We'll see where that goes. Speaking of Achilles, first and foremost, I want to say I feel bad for Jalen Phillips from the Miami Dolphins. One of my favorite players from that draft class. If you guys ask my my draft buddy and you guys all know him, Hunter. It's my good friend, obviously, and he does the draft show with me every year. He'll tell you Jalen Phillips was my guy in that draft.
Wow.
He was my guy. So, and did you see the mic'd up, like him like actually talking like on the field?
I have not seen it. No.
Oh my god! It was kind of sad because he goes down and the Jets player go, "You all right?" He goes, "I think my shit popped," and then it was at a point in time where he starts crying and sitting and he's telling his teammates, he was like, "Bro, my shit popped," and they're like, "No, you're good. That's how they talk because they don't want to think about something like that happening." But yeah, feel bad for him. It's been a year of the Achilles, man.
Yeah, it's been the year of Achilles.
I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Jeff Kirby, Jalen Phillips.
Jeff Kirby.
Every time I do that, I always slide myself in there. People are like, wait, whoa, wait a second. Wait a minute.
So let's hold on right there.
Wait, hold on, time out. It's like that meme where you have the 3 army dudes and then the clown.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That situation. But obviously, let's get into this game from Sunday. Obviously, we did not get to talk to you guys since the big news. And obviously, when it happened at like 8-something in the morning. So clearly, me and Jarryd were not going to be available to do an immediate show because I promise you, if we were, we would have immediately hopped on and gotten something done. But obviously with work, normal lives, we weren't able to do that. But what were your initial thoughts about that? We'll get into that for 2 seconds because I know that's old news, but
old news.
Steelers fans were still happy about it. Damn it.
I was at work. I was in tears of joy when I saw that happen. They finally did it. And it turned out to be a great – I don't know what it is. First game gone. You saw it too. Everyone saw. We got 422 total offensive yards. Total.
400. We got it. It happened. I was waiting for Jarryd to hit because, if you guys don't know, Jarryd in our group chat, he likes to be the negative Nancy of the bunch. There's always got to be one, and I'm surprised Jarryd didn't hit they only scored 16 points, so it don't matter.
No, I was just happy to see progression. We I don't know if you saw the media this week. Everyone called it, this is the Steelers offense week 1 game. They were talking about.
You know what? But here's what I liked about this game. The first play, the first literal play, you get an over the middle shot to a tight end, Pat Freiermuth. It's like, hold up. Is this real? Is this real? Yeah. I was told that the middle of the field is like lava.
Stay away from there. Do not enter.
Yeah. And we see that, and it's like, whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on here? And it's like, first and foremost, Kenny, you didn't throw a touchdown, which whatever. I can live with that.
Should have had one, I would say.
Yeah, he should have had one. But you know what? I can live with it. By far had his best game of the year. By far. 24 of 33. That's like 60. That's a very, mid 60s completion percentage. We'll take it. 278. By far, if I'm not mistaken, by far the most he's had this year. Yeah. Najee Harris, 99 yards and a touchdown. Well, you know what? We'll round up. Practically had 100. Pat Freiermuth, like we mentioned, 9 for $120. We like to see match. I think going into that game, he was 8 for 60 or something, 8 for 80 or something. So we love to see that. It was Najee 6.6 yards per carry. You really like to see that.
That's what I love to see. I hope those. I'm not a hater against Jaylen Warren. No one is, but Jaylen Warren didn't have a great game. It is what it is. He had a fumble, which it is what it is.
Hold on. Accidentally unplugged myself. Accidentally unplugged you, Jarryd. Give me a second. There, There we go. All right. I think I got you. There we go. I accidentally unplugged my headphones from my board. But yeah. Jalen, he had 13. So 15 carries to 13 carries for those that are still worrying about the splits. Jalen Warren 13 for 49, only 3.8 yards per carry. But it's like, hey, if you get one of the guys to go out and ball out, and this game was Najee's game, you get one of them going, all right.
Exactly. It's that's why it's great to have a duo, a running back duo, a 1-2 punch, as I call it. And then the receivers, they had George Pickens had a nice little catch down on the sideline. Deontay had one too. We'll get into
Deontay here in a minute.
I know everyone wants to get into that conversation. I wish the Steelers would have challenged for that touchdown. Personally, I was very surprised. Mike Tomlin usually loves the challenge plays a lot.
Well, it's the rule. If it was a challenge that would have succeeded, you challenge, and if it's a challenge that won't succeed, you do it. Seems that's the way it goes for Mike Tomlin. Speaking of Najee, real quick, emphasize that one play that he had, that one run where it should have been. He should have been stopped, kept on rolling, kept on going, got maybe 22 on that play. It was like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. This is a nice little refresher as well. Because that was one of the things is we were always talking about why does it feel like it's so hard for him to get extra yards or to get, however many yards. And Jaylen Warren, he just busts through. This week, Najee ran with a purpose.
Yeah, he did.
Najee ran with a purpose, and I am happy to see it.
Yeah, and now it's just on to the next step of the offense. Hopefully, it's somewhat. I know it's still Matt Canada's play calling book, but with Eddie Faulkner and was it Mike Sullivan? Mike Sullivan calling plays. I think that I'm sure they're sprinkling something of their own offense in there a little bit, not a lot, but changing somewhat a little bit.
Well, you clearly saw a change, some sort of change in the offense, because like we said, even going back to the very first play, I think you noticed more motion, pre-snap motion, which was nice to see. You noticed obviously using the middle of the field, which again for us, what's funny is earlier in the week it was Justin Fields throwing, the throwing map or whatever that they always have every week for the guys, and they showed that for his looks like a Matt Canada, typical Matt Canada one. And I go down the comments, and it's funny how from different fan bases, they're like, this is a Matt Canada ran offense. Like it got that bad. Like, yeah. So right now I'm looking at the passing chart for Kenny. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are right at the hashes or inside the hashes, which I think has to be a season high if you compare to all of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was a decent amount of, like, I just looking at this, it was, I think I quoted it saying it was a pure beauty. It was a sigh of relief. It was nice to see it.
I don't know if you felt the same way watching the game. The fourth quarter, I know, it's always going to come down to the wire. Of course, it always feels like. Yeah, I didn't feel like, I wasn't that much more pressure, like heart attacked, You felt like, you felt confident with the offense, going out there, doing their job, going down the field. And, even if they get another touchdown, they got, 2 field goals from, the automatic Chris Boswell, I call him. So they did their job. They did the best. They just got to get touchdowns. They went 1 for 4 in the red zone, I think is what it was, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But you got to turn those 3 points to 7 now.
Yep. And so I'm looking at this. So obviously you got that first drive. You get the first play, first down. Then that drive stalls. Then on the next drive, you go 10 plays, 57 yards, and then you have the fumble, which obviously we all know. People aren't. Obviously, Jaylen Warren got to hold on to the football, my guy. And then you have the Deontay Johnson thing, which, you know what? I'm going to say something about that right now.
Go ahead.
And I'm not going to be that guy, because you saw some of the shit that was going on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to be that guy. Obviously, it was a bad look. It was a very bad look, considering the fact that he just had another one of those plays where he went backwards and lost some yards.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was either on that drive or something else, and then you had the touchdown that should have been a touchdown that it wasn't. I think you obviously that needs to be. You can't do that.
No, yeah.
But the responses that people were saying about him, it's like, come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's not a good look. It's bad. But you guys gotta calm down with some of the responses and the tweeting at the guys. Like it's like, my God.
It's just hurtful to see. It's a lot. It's bad. Trust me, he should have been on top of it. And either way, if he was down or not, but if his knee was down or not, you still make the effort to make sure to get the ball. Or unless Cincinnati recovers it, fight for the ball. Effort is all we care about. You got to show effort.
I'm trying to find a tweet and it was a response to a tweet that was like a nasty ass tweet about Deontay. I gotta sit here. It's obviously not going to be too far. Gonna find it here. Oh,
Kirby's famous, guys. This is going to take a minute here.
First and foremost, timeout. Timeout.
if you haven't been on following Kirby's Twitter lately, just look at it. You'll see the reason why it's booming right now. And that is for another conversation.
Okay, so I think the dude actually got booted off of Twitter. Like, I think the dude legitimately got booted off because he posted some like screenshot of him talking like so much shit and saying some disrespectful ass shit to like his DMs or something, and it was like, "Don't worry, guys, I got y'all." And it's like, what the hell are you saying? Like, it was bad.
I know exactly which one you're talking about, and I've seen it. I just ignored it because I don't care.
I remember I tweeted, I'm looking now, and I'm looking at this, and I tweeted, I said, 6 more yards till we get to 400. Very next play, oh my God, we got 400 yards of offense. And then there was the banner. We had a banner for it.
It's insane, it just goes to show, as much as, Matt Canada led this, college-style offense, I say.
Community college-style offense.
Without him, first game, you get 420 yards of total offense. It shows something. It has to.
You know what? I think Matt Canada, if he sat there and watched that game, if for some reason he did, he's sitting there watching first play. They go over the middle. Matt Canada's like, what did I tell you guys? Matt, over the middle is not allowed. Then he does it again. Like, I want to say on that same drive or the next drive. And he's like, these guys didn't learn. Over the middle is lava. You don't go there.
It's insane, but, I'm happy that, the offense, did their job. Not, it's sad that the points don't show for it, but they did their job. We play the Cardinals again this Sunday. They should be able to take it to the next step. Hopefully.
Well, I'm one of the listen. I'm going into that game saying, hey, yeah, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. They will find a way to make this a close game and go down to the wire. It is the Steelers. It is. It's just
at least we have a player coming back that we really kind of need on defense for next Sunday. That been out for 2-3 games. I think it's 3 games he's been out for.
So he was out. So it was the Jags. So he was out Cleveland. No, he was out. He was out the Titans game. Out the Titans game. Out Green Bay. Out.
Yep, Cincinnati. So that's 3.
Or out Cleveland and then Cincinnati. So that's 4.
Oh, 4. Jesus, 4
so
games.
He's been out 4 games. And you know what? Hey, those hamstring injuries are a bitch. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest. When that play happened, you were there in Acrisure Stadium. And when we saw that and you saw him holding down, I thought his season was over.
I thought so too. It was pretty kind of brutal, but glad it's just a tweak. Nothing too crazy, hopefully. Look, he's been practicing so far. We need him back on the field. Just shout out to Trenton Thompson, though, doing his job while he was out. I hope give him a little more chance on the roster. He has proved himself to play.
And you know what? With the absence of Keanu Neal, there is a shot that he's going to see more playing time. There is a chance that you'll see more 5 defensive back looks with him on the field, possibly. If you wanted to go 2 corner 3 safety look, you can do that, and that can add obviously a little bit of flexibility in that defense as well. To want to confuse with post snap motions and all that. But
and I also want to shout out to the other linebacker that came up, Michael Walker, played a pretty decent, good job. He had a tip, unfortunately, like Jamar Chase caught it. It's unfortunate, but he had good recognition.
We had 2 of those.
Oh yeah, 2
of those because the other one was Casey.
Yep. That's right.
But yeah, like you said, the points aren't going to show for it, but there was improvement. And you get into that game, you leave that game and you feel good. It feels weird that you feel good about 16 points. And obviously we want to see this go up to the next level and take this to the next step. But like you said,
you want to make a run. You want to make a run for the playoffs.
We'll get to that here. But just looking at some of this, 22 first downs to 10 first downs. We've gotten all into the offense for the most part. We'll get to the defense because the defense needs to get their flowers as well. But just looking at 68 plays to 41, you don't see that very often. Obviously, 421 to 222, 6.2 yards per play, 268, obviously, in through the air. 153, so another game of 150 on the ground. That's really nice to see. But yeah, 37 minutes of time of possession. That was something that you really lacked with the Matt Canada-led offense, was you weren't able to sustain drives, and now you saw that. And when you're able to hold on to the ball for 37 minutes, you're putting yourself in a position to win.
Oh yeah, and you gotta now. I want to get to the defense. Shout out TJ Watt doing his job. 2 sacks.
Put himself right in that. For anyone who wanted to take him out of that DPOY conversation, he skedaddled his way back in there. And it's ironic because I have the same 2 people in my comments on Twitter who want to post the same screenshot because for those of context, after the Brown Steelers game, or during that game, obviously with emotions of TJ Watt not doing anything in that game, DeJuan Jones did a hell of a job of neutralizing TJ Watt. Myles Garrett had himself a good game that. And I said, I think it was like Myles Garrett DPOY or some shit like that, speaking out of emotion, because at that time I was thinking, hey, he's probably going to win it because I think that was a game that he needed to have a good game, and he did. Obviously now we don't know what's going on with Myles and his shoulder. Apparently we all know how Cleveland handles injuries, so we all know how that goes. And then TJ Watt, 2 sacks, tackle for loss, 5 total tackles, and then 2 QB hits, put himself right back in that conversation.
Oh yeah, defense deserves a round of applause as well. The only critique is the third downs.
Bro, in this game, we can't complain too much about third downs. 2 for 10. 2 of 10 on third down. You can't ask for much better than that on third down.
I'm a little picky, man. I just the like the third and long conversions is are killer. But they did their job. I'm pretty happy about it.
The one thing that I was kind of getting a little annoyed about in that game in terms of defensively was they were giving up too much of that short to intermediate in breaking routes.
Yeah.
They were giving those up a lot in that game. And so obviously that's something that needs to be, and that could also be partially due to with the linebackers being out with Cole Holcomb and Quan Alexander. And that's another guy we forgot to mention in terms of the Achilles was Quan Alexander. But overall, I think outside of that, defense, anytime you hold a team to 10 points, I get it was Jake Browning. But anytime you hold a team to 10 points, second time this year that you've held held an AFC North team to 10 points to 10 points.
Yep.
You can't ask for much more than that. You look at the run game, they had 25 yards on the ground. Wow. Joe Mixon was 8 carries for 16 yards with a long of 4. You can't ask for much more than that.
Oh yeah. Totally agree.
Jamar had 4 for 81. He's going to get his.
Yeah.
He had that one. I mean, he had the two catches that were in the air, and then you have that one that was a beautiful catch, beautiful ball and beautiful catch. It was over JPJ, but it's like, hey, listen, he's going to get those.
It was 1-on-1 contested catch. Jamar won that battle.
And listen, but overall, I came out of that game happy. But the one thing that was kind of, I don't know about anyone else, it's kind of pissing me off that Mike Hilton had a good game.
Man.
He had himself.
He always has a good game. Listen, he's at Cincinnati. I would have loved to have kept him here, but, do what you got to do. It is what it is. Salute to him. But, he's not on the team anymore. And you saw, with the linebackers, they signed Miles Jack. They got Blake Martinez for coming out of retirement in the practice squad.
After scamming motherfuckers.
There
might be another linebacker who might need to try to get back into the NFL for certain situations happening.
Oh my gosh. Like literally, we got 2 players came out of retirement to come play for the Steelers right now. Miles Jack was being a pilot before coming back.
Well, obviously both of them are. I believe they're both just on the practice squad right now.
As of right now,
but even probably at some point they will get elevated to the active 53. Nick Herbig had a really nice play. I love that sack that he had where he chose to go and he shot out of a cannon.
Yep, I know what player you're exactly talking about.
That was a really nice play to see.
But overall, we're doing good. It was out of the AFC playoff picture was really important win personally.
An AFC North win first and foremost, but another AFC win. That was really nice to see here. I'm pulling up the playoff the playoff thing right now. So Baltimore at 9-3, which by the way, that clock is ticking for Brandon Staley and the Chargers. That boy's getting canned the first chance they get.
He's done. He's done after this season.
So you have that. Then Kansas City at 8-3 is the 2 seed. Jacksonville number 3 at 8-3. Number 4 is the Miami Dolphins. Number 5 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 6 is the Cleveland Browns, who had a loss to Denver. Shout out to Denver. Let Russ cook. And number 7, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, wow, the Colts are 7. Who would have thought?
Well, right now it's they win a tiebreaker over Denver based on win percentage in the conference games. Division tie was initially used, and it's weird. Maybe I don't know. It's because of head to head. Because them and Houston have the same record as well. Houston is 8, Denver's 9, Buffalo 10. Buffalo, EB,
not looking good.
EB, so.
Not looking good. I don't know what's going on with the Bills right now. But
so, as of right now, if the playoffs started today, we would be going. You in the Pittsburgh Steelers, because you would go to this game, would be at Miami. Which
yeah, I'd be there instantly. Put it on my credit card. We're going.
And you look at the Steelers' schedule coming up. You have this week against the Cardinals. Yep. Obviously, a game that you should win, but obviously, keeping that in the back of my head, we all know how this goes. Then you have a Thursday night game. Quick turnaround against New England. Mm-hmm. New England is poop. In fact, one of their players, Jabril Peppers, literally said it to Saquon Barkley, mic'd up after a game and said, "Y'all lucky we ass." He literally said that. Then we get the news that the Colts game that was a flex. We didn't know what that was going to be. It's going to be Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. So thank you to me. I will not need to go somewhere to watch that game because I do not have NFL ticket because I do not have the payroll that Jarryd has.
Okay. All right now. This guy thinks I have a lot of money.
You do. Then we got the Bengals on Saturday on 4:30 at NBC. So once again, thank you NFL. You're saving me once again. Then you go to at Seattle. That game's going to be tough. Then the final game is at Baltimore. We'll see what happens with that game. We could possibly see Tyler Huntley in that game. We'll see how that plays out in terms of the Ravens. Whether they're fighting for a number 1 seed or if they're sticking put, we'll see. So,
I have a little bold prediction, just a little bit, nothing too crazy. I don't know if you've seen the Ravens schedule. It's not, it looks like it's a little bit difficult for them.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to pull it up right now. I have it up right here. So that schedule you were just talking about.
Read it out loud.
You're home against the Rams, who we beat, at Jacksonville, at San Francisco, at home versus Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Tua can have another one of those games like he did against Baltimore last year, week 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then at home versus the Steelers. That's a tough 4-game stretch.
And a little bold prediction: the last week of the season will be for the division. Steelers will be playing for the North on the last week for the game.
Remember the last time that the Steelers and the Ravens played for a game for the division?
Yep.
I think we all know.
We all know for sure. But it's not an easy schedule for them. I'm not saying that, they're going to lose all of them.
No. Baltimore's a good team.
Baltimore's a good team. But Jacksonville, San Francisco, Miami, those three tough games right there off the bat. It's not an easy task. Jacksonville beat them before. I'm sure. Who's the other team that also played them?
Wait, what was it?
Jacksonville beat them last year. They beat the Ravens last year, or it was the year before, one of the years. San Fran, unless Brock Purdy shows up, we'll find out.
Hopefully they get the Brock Purdy that we all saw in person week 1.
Jesus. And then Miami, there was a shootout, but Tua had a good game and came back and beat the Ravens in Baltimore.
That was a nice little I remember. So that day was interesting. For those that don't know, week 2 of 2022. Steelers had the home opener against the New England Patriots. Me and Jarryd were there. And witnessed, obviously, a travesty, watching Mac Jones, who's probably going to be an insurance agent here soon, and a defensive coordinator who was an offensive coordinator beat us in that game. Witnessing that. But that was also the game. That was also the same day that the big comeback with Miami and Baltimore. And that was also the same day that now newly acquired quarterback Joe Flacco, who's now playing for the Browns, who's probably going to start for them this Sunday, is beat them and scored 2 touchdowns in about 1:55.
Yeah. But like I said, that's my bold prediction. I think the last week of the season is for the division. And it could be for, I don't know how the number 1 seed is going to play out. I doubt it.
Whoa. Time out. Let's not get too crazy here.
I know. I'm not
going to get too crazy. I've seen a couple people talk about could the Steelers make let's calm down here. We had one game where we scored 400 yards, and we don't know how to act.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying it's a little bold. That's my bold prediction. The way the offense played this past Sunday, I believe it continues to get better. How much better? I don't know.
My bold prediction is for this Sunday, there will be a winner and there will be a loser.
Great.
And you know what? It's funny that I say that because obviously that's a joke. Unless I am I'm not going to be in attendance in that game, clearly. But if I was, then that would be a bold take, considering I've witnessed 2 ties in my life in person. The last 2 Steeler ties.
Yeah, the last couple Steeler games in person have been losses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unlike the Magic games. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Steelers needs to play well Sunday. We'll see. Just be more Kenny, be aggressive. Throw it down the middle of the field. Do it. Keep doing it.
One thing though, you're talking about the Steelers defense. I want to give them a little bit more flowers because I saw this and I posted this out there, and this was something that I feel like needs to be addressed in a good way. It's a positive thing. Mm-hmm. Over the Steelers' last 7 games, which goes back to the Baltimore game, but right before the bye. 12 turnovers, 19 sacks, 5 interceptions, 36 of 112, which is 32% on third down, and a 5-2 record, and they have not allowed more than 20 points.
That's pretty, with the injuries that we had, it's pretty remarkable. Pretty good.
And considering that the teams that you beat, you have the Ravens, obviously the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Rams, who they're no slouches. They're not the greatest team, but they're no slouches. Jacksonville, they're leading their division. The Titans are the Titans. Green Bay, Jordan Love. Jordan Love's been balling.
Yep.
Jordan Love and them been balling. Cleveland, they have the best defense in the league. Now, that was a game that we did lose, and that Jacksonville game as well. And we lost to DTR, which we did not get to talk about. Thank you, Lord. We did not have to talk about that game. And it went down to the wire on that game. And I will have to say, for once in my life, thank you to the Cleveland Browns. You helped us complete the mission. You helped us complete the final piece of the puzzle of getting Matt Country up north the hell up out of here.
It's sad to say, but it's true. It had to take to a bad loss, and that was a bad loss to DTR. There was no excuse to lose that game. Should it? If we won that game, Matt Canada would still be here.
And then obviously Cincinnati, where right now, obviously we know that's kind of turning into a dumpster fire because they don't have the quarterback. But I think that over the next 6 games coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4 AFC opponents, including 2 in the division, another team that's in the playoffs, and a team that's probably in the Caleb Williams, Drake May sweepstakes.
We'll see.
But yeah, we need to go out there. Obviously, in terms of running the table, highly doubt that's going to happen. Would love to see it, of course. Would absolutely love to see us go 13-4 somehow, some way. But clearly, there's going to be a couple losses in there, I'd assume. At least one.
That is the best case scenario. 13-4.
Imagine.
Oh, my gosh. I don't even want to know when that happens. I think the realistic scenario.
Realistic scenario. If you could win 4, if you could go 4-2 down the stretch, and be 11-6.
11-6. That is what we should be.
But when we say this now for Kenny. This is the time. This is nut crushing time, or whatever the hell the saying is. Nut crushing time. You have 6 more games to prove to yourself, prove to the organization. I get it's only year 2, but right now there is a lot of scrutiny. You have 6 games to prove to yourself, to prove to the organization, to prove to the fans that you are the guy, and to prove that it was Matt Canada that was holding you back. You go on these next 6 games, get yourself some touchdowns, don't turn the ball over, and have the production that you have, we'll be feeling a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So this is a very, very important 6-game stretch.
Very. It's going to determine a lot. It's going to determine a lot what happens in the offseason.
Yeah, it's
because once the offseason starts, there's going to be a lot of draft talk already.
Yeah.
And you already know what we're looking for already. I already know what I'm looking for.
In terms of what, free agency and stuff?
Free agency and what positions to fill in the draft.
Immediately looking for a center.
Oh my gosh, give me a center so bad.
Linebacker. I'd like to get myself a linebacker. Even though we have Cole Holcomb coming back. I think he signed a 3-year deal, so we'll have him for a couple more years. What's still like, and you have a Landon Roberts, I want to say, on a 2 or 3 year deal as well. And then obviously Quan Alexander, we'll see if he's going to come back next year. He probably won't be healthy week 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I would like to maybe go and get if you want to go and draft a linebacker high, depending on where you're feeling.
Yep.
I'd be okay with that. Possibly a tackle.
Oh, we need a left tackle so bad. Or a tackle in general, depending on what they want to do.
I was going to say, yeah, I kind of guess.
You were going to get to that. I had to think about it for a second. I was like, we have Broderick Jones that could play either or. But Broderick Jones on the right side has been.
Think we need a new outside line? No, I'm just kidding.
I say another corner for sure.
Yeah, well, get Levi Wallace to bleep up out of here.
I know Corey Trice will come back. We'll see how he does. Hopefully he stays healthy, but I would like to get another corner.
Yeah, corner would be nice.
Man, a strong safety. I think that's what it is. Where's Keanu Neal's spot? They're okay, not the greatest. I'm talking about late. I'm talking about not majorly important, but just down in the well.
Just kind of like a secondary.
Yeah.
No, second. Ironic. No pun intended.
I think. Do you think they could get a day 2 or day 3 quarterback? That's the next question. Like, do you go, depending how Kenny does, or you roll with Mitch and Mason again?
I'm almost in the philosophy of I don't mind drafting a quarterback, even if it's late every year.
Yeah.
Late in the draft every year, and getting a developmental guy.
True.
I'm in the belief that I'm okay with that every year.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need, especially in today's era where you have a lot of backup quarterbacks. You have a lot of backup quarterbacks who are getting into these games because of all these injuries that have been happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad to maybe get a guy, groom him, and if you want to turn him into the backup quarterback, and hey, you're all right.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much. Like I say, I want to talk about the major holes, but there's not many, personally. Not many major holes. There's a couple, but we'll see what happens.
Huh. Interesting. I just got added to someone's list on Twitter.
Oh, boy. I told you. Follow Jeff_Kirby412. I told you he's famous. If you have not checked his Twitter.
I don't know about famous, but...
Oh, he's trending. How about that?
That might be the case. Basically, so for those that don't know, if you guys don't follow me, and I made a little pun earlier about another linebacker possibly needing to come out of retirement. For those that don't know, so apparently Ryan Shazier's, I guess as of now, still wife, posted screenshots of apparently Ryan Shazier cheating on her.
Mm-hmm.
She deleted those pretty quickly, and I happened to grab the screenshots of them, and I posted them to Twitter saying, this was on Ryan Shazier's wife's page. Big oof.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch has 8.8 million views right now.
It's crazy. He's famous right now. I'm telling you.
Here, put this in perspective. So on Twitter, you have the chance for ad revenue sharing.
Yep.
In order to do that, you have to have at least 500 followers, be verified, so you have to subscribe to that, whatever it is, and you have to have 5 million impressions within the last 90 days. I got 8.8 in
one day.
In one tweet. And now let's not talk about that earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier in the week, I want to say Sunday, I had two other tweets I had one tweet that was a picture of Kenny Pickett with a tiger, a dog, and a raven.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I said Kenny Pickett now has a divisional win over all 3 opponents this year, AFC North Slayer. That got 586,000 views. Then I put out another tweet that same day, and it said Eddie Faulkner and Mike Sullivan, Steeler Nation loves you both, and it has a picture of each. And that got 22,000, but still. So
you're making some ad revenue?
I'm not eligible for it.
You are or not?
Oh, I am.
Oh man, see, Kirk making money. He's making more money than I am right there.
We'll see. I mean, I just signed up for it today, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh man, isn't that crazy? Wow.
And when I tell you some of the responses to this, and you know what's even funnier? So I posted the original tweet. That's at 8.8 million impressions. So then I commented. So there was a total of 6 screenshots. I posted them obviously in a thread.
Mm-hmm.
The other posts, so the other 2 pictures that I got 975,000 impressions. Mm-hmm. So between those 2, we're closing in on 10 million. So then I get a comment from my guy Daniel, who You know what? Screw this. I am popping this up.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is going to be great. I'm just going to pop this up while we're here. You guys are going to have fun with this. And might as well, like I said, y'all should just go ahead and follow me. Let's see here. I got to pull this up. Oh, nope. Not invite. We're going to go ahead, screen share. Oh, right here. We'll just go ahead and pull it up here. So yeah, as you guys can go follow me. We'll just go through my Twitter. Yep, me smoking cigars. What's new? There's that. There's boom, boom, boom. Okay, so here we go. Here's the tweet. As you can see, 8.8 million. You get these 976,000. So my guy Dan decides to do this.
Oh no, I seen it.
So then I respond with personal foul, unnecessary horniness on Dan, 15 yards. Had to hit him with a cool ratio of him because dude got 4.6K likes on him, and I got 9.1 on my response with 506,000. So then go to the replies and did this. Then I hit him with the, come on, kids, they're about to get ratioed. And once again, I had to ratio him. So he got ratioed twice.
Damn.
I own you, Dan. And then some of the... this one was hilarious. Yeah. You guys have seen this. And then this was my response. Hit him with a ratio. So I'm just a ratio machine. Then if you guys all know about the Gail Lewis thing, if you know, you know. I said, Shazier would his marriage be like?
Oh, my God.
And then this was a TikTok that I saw, and Ryan Shazier really said, and the thing is, I can't tie my shoes, but I can fuck your bitch.
Yep. I know that. That's pretty.
And then,
iconic.
of course, I had to hit a plug for my personal Twitter, by the way, too, or my personal YouTube.
Shocker.
And then we get this.
Oh.
This was hilarious, and the responses to that are just mind-boggling. Just mind-boggling.
Oh man, what a day! Well, what a week.
But yeah, that is how my 24 hours have gone. Have been dealing with that.
Oh man.
Oh goodness gracious! But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, smash that like button, hit the red subscribe button, drop a comment, and obviously, let's see here. Cavs are up 10, so that's good. Do you guys play tomorrow? Yeah, you guys play. Oh, what's new? The Magic playing another community college team. You guys get to play the. Who do you guys play again? Great! You get to play the Washington Wizards again.
Again, yeah, I know. Yeah,
must be nice. But then you know what comes Wednesday.
I know. The Cavs on Wednesday. So another. The game unfortunately didn't make it to the in-season tournament due to point differential, which is kind of weird.
Wow. So then it's ironic because then you guys play us. Mm-hmm. At your guys' place on Monday, the 11th.
Yeah. We play you, and then I think the Pistons next.
Yep. The Pistons at home, and then we play us at your guys' place. Then you guys have two back-to-backs, well, Friday and Sunday in Boston.
Yep, that's a great.
Let's go Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see.
Oh. And then I'm surprised you guys don't get to just magically, with the way that your guys' schedule seems to be set up, I'm surprised you guys don't just flip-flop back and forth between playing the Pistons, the Wizards, the Pistons, another Pistons, the Wizards. We'll give you a normal team. Okay, we'll go back to Jarryd Sanchez Community College. And
you act like I made the schedule just to make this easy for myself. No.
Well, I'm going to pass it as that.
Because they don't want the Magic to see greatness right now. The greatness is coming. Magic are 13-5, and you know when the last time the Magic were 13-5?
Oh, I know.
Do you know when the last time? Do you know what year that was?
2009.
Yes. And you know what happened that year? I know we lost. We lost. It's okay. I know. I understand. It was bad. But it just shows how long it's been the Magic being good. The best
that fall off is going to be incredible.
No, please. And then we have the best 8-game winning streak since 2010, 2011. Our record is 9. We're going for 9 for tomorrow.
Hope you guys get obliterated. I have one question for you before we get on out of here, actually.
Oh, boy.
Want to bring back Todd Haley?
I don't even want to answer that question.
You don't really have to. I just want. That's just my weekly, throw out the random question that's going to get Jarryd like, oh, God.
I'll not comment on this at this time. We'll find out what happens during the offseason.
We shall see. But, again, hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, smash the like button, hit the red subscribe button, drop a comment. And until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Go Steelers. Fuck the Yankees. Fuck Michigan.
No. You haven't had that talk, haven't you, a little bit?
Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye!